Hi everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I am doing okay. So, my mentorship program is over and I am okay with that. Uh, I have to be okay with that, right? So, I'm okay with that. Um, I've remembered the advice that a good friend gave me years ago when something very traumatic and sad happened to me. She said, Tara, you need to allow yourself to feel, process those feelings, let them move through you, give yourself a deadline for how long you're going to grieve and cry over it. And then at the end of that deadline, come out of it, emerged as something new. And so that's basically what I've been doing. I let myself cry Sunday, and I had to work Monday, but I cried then too. And yesterday, it was time for me to start trying to figure out what else to do because the time was up. And not to say that I don't have feelings, I still have feelings. But I recognize that I have to move forward. And so, right now, my biggest thing is trying to figure out how to move forward. What in the world? I spent 7 years in school, and it was always about music for me. And so, I am now trying to figure out why God had me spend all that time in school and what I'm supposed to do with it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's not the most comfortable place to be. I have been sitting in silence. I have been praying. I've been asking God what it is that He has for me. I know He's got something for me. And I've been kind of doing some soul searching surrounding my relationship with music and some of my attachments, like to school, and how I'm going to detach from that era of my life and move forward, because I think that that is probably one of the underlying themes regarding all of this is I need to detach. I never detached, and now I need to detach and figure out what in the world I'm going to do with my life. I'm already doing productive things, but I need to really figure out where music fits into my life because it is so dear to me, and it serves kind of like as a litmus paper for where I'm at mentally and emotionally. It's just always going to be a part of my life. And so I'm just still trying to figure that out. In the meantime, I am doing things like being gentle with myself and trying to practice some self-care. Um, like that's part of the reason why I did the sound healing yesterday. I was trying to soothe my own soul. And I think that's going to be probably something that I do on a regular basis. And I just, I don't know, I've been trying to figure out other projects for myself to do. I've been contemplating why I feel this strong desire to teach. Right now, I only have like 2 students, or no, 3. I have 2 in one location and 1 in another location. And I know I did not spend all that time in school to teach 3 students. Like, I really right now feel like my musical life is a hot mess. However, it is very true that when one door is closed, another door does open. So I am trying to figure out what I am going to do in the meantime while I am looking for open doors, maybe. Uh, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I think part of the reason why I've had such a hard time making this transition out of school is because when I was in school, there was always this like structure, and I liked the structure. I felt like the structure caused me to grow. I mean, I was never comfortable. I always felt like I was just surrounded by people who were 10 times more talented than me. But being in that environment and playing with other people caused me to constantly be striving forward and just pushing and pushing and pushing. And I thrived on that. I felt like that just caused me to grow so much, and I miss it. Um, right now, I'm in a place where it's just me and my speaker most of the time, and I'm playing with backing tracks. And I mean, yes, I can grow from those things. Practice is a good thing, and playing with backing tracks is fine, but I miss playing with human beings. I miss that feeling of having to step up to the plate. And I really miss feeling like I have something to practice for. That's been really, really difficult for me because I feel like, well, all right, I'm practicing, but what am I really practicing for? And then, the roller coaster in between these two sides of my head, my brain just starts taking off and saying things to me like, nobody wants to hear you play. And that's something I have to conquer. I have to get over that. It reminds me of that song that says sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak a word over yourself. And maybe what all of this is about is that I'm in a place where I have to encourage myself and stop relying on outside validation. Maybe I'm just supposed to embrace music for myself, and then maybe some doors will open for me. I really don't know, but I know that it's been kind of difficult for me to pick up my horn and practice, just because I don't know, I am constantly reminded of being alone. And I don't like being alone. I actually really want to play with other people. I want to connect with other people through music. There's a joy in doing that for me. And I'm really going to miss doing that with those students. But I recognize it is time for me to move on. And I'm going to make it. I'll be okay. I'm just reflecting. Somehow, some way, God's going to open up a door and he's going to show me who my musical tribe is, and I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, I need to really practice some self-discipline and just manually override my flesh and take my horn out and practice. That's the advice I would give to myself. If I were my student, I would give that advice to myself. So I'm officially giving it to myself and putting it out there in the universe. I need to manually override myself. I need to speak back to any thoughts in my head that are saying, nobody wants to hear you play Tara, or what are you practicing for? I need to just come against all that and override all of that and take my horn out. Practice some scales. Play some long tones. Play some music. Do something. Move some energy from my body through that horn. And maybe along the way I will feel better about my situation. Yeah, I'm determined to feel better. I don't ever really stay in a funk for too long. I don't attach myself to it. Like, I'm not going to be one of those people that walks around talking about how depressed I am or anything like that. I just look at things like, okay, I'm experiencing certain feelings. How can I get them to pass through me? Because I'm a vessel, right? So feelings will come and feelings will go, but I don't have to attach myself to them or attach my identity to them. So, all right, I have been feeling some unpleasant feelings. However, I am actively working to get them to pass through me. And I believe it's working. I think that this whole YouTube thing and having to actually, like, you know, open up, even if it's just to a camera, is probably going to be very therapeutic for me to organize my thoughts and to just get them out. So, I guess there's my 2 cents for the evening. Again, I hope you are all well and enjoy the rest of your evening or morning or afternoon whenever you do decide to watch this. Thank you for watching. And I'm going to do something that I think is so absolutely cheesy, but for some reason, I'm going to do it anyway. And I'll say, please like, comment, and subscribe. I think that's cheesy. Like, everybody says that, but they must be saying it for a reason, as a reminder. So, thank you all for your support. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.